looking for a great Class B, one that has twin beds that can convert into a king, plus a big rear bath with a black tank, then folks, this right here, the Thor Sequence 20L, is exactly what you're looking for. Let's actually start right back here on the bathrooms. There's a lot of features I want to hit. When you have a rear bath like this, you give up a little bit of storage, but in my opinion, it's worth it. So come on back. So, as I mentioned, you give up a little bit of storage, and what I mean by that is normally you have a big rear sofa here in a lot of floor plans where you get that storage underneath the sofa. So while you do give that up, what you gain, besides just more space in the bathroom, is more clothes storage. You know, for a lot of people, again, it just makes the trade-off worth it. I have a big wardrobe right here. I have two full extension drawers. You can see there's a lot of storage space in these drawers that, again, oftentimes you don't find in a Class B. And beyond that, even right outside of it, you can see I have this convenient storage spot for the ladder. Now this, of course, is used in conjunction with this magnetic piece right here, because you can put that anywhere on the outside of the body of the coach, be able to access the roof. And then you have some electrical outlets as well as a spray port. You can see a physical water pump control, and then the lights for the side as well for when you're hooking up or disconnecting at night. Of course, the little spray hose right down underneath. Now, as far as the bathroom itself, again, a lot of people really like this because, as you know, Class B bathrooms are generally pretty tight. But here, I have plenty of room to sit on the toilet. And again, this is one of the few sequence floor plans that have an actual black tank instead of a cassette toilet. So you're looking at a 13-gallon black tank, plus you still have the 13-gallon gray. So that way, when you have plenty of space for using the bathroom as well as showering. So this curtain right here will actually close all the way off. And then this gives you your shower space right inside here. There's a mirrored medicine cabinet as well as the drop-down sink so that you have a space to wash your hands as well. So again, I think this is probably one of the big selling points of this floor plan, but there's a couple others, and for those, we're gonna head right back in. So let's take a look at these beds. So when we step back inside, you can see the beds here, right? And the reason I love this is for a couple different reasons. One, with the beds, if there's two of you and one of you elbow each other in the middle of the night, well, you gotta kind of have your own space here, right? But the bigger part of it for me is the fact that you can convert this into one large king bed. And it is fairly simple to do. You'll see that right underneath, you have these supports. You have one here, another one here. Those just pull all the way across. And then these cushions, your thicker cushions here, actually have a hard base. And so you will take those cushions and you will just kind of stuff them down in there like that. You'll do the same thing on this side, and what you'll notice is you have a flat bed, right? Far too often when you have beds like this or some kind of convertible bed, they're all lumpy, but that's not the case here. It's actually a very comfortable space to sleep on. So I really like that about the Sequence 20L. The other thing I like about having this particular layout is the fact that when you have the twin beds like this, you get all this additional space for storage. So if you're the adventurous type, say, I don't know, you have some bikes, maybe some fishing poles, right? Things are gonna be a little bit longer. You have the space right in between here that you're able to carry those with you. And then on both sides, you can see the large windows letting in a of natural light. So even though, you know, you may not get like the brilliant views out the back, unless you want to, you know, show the world your bathroom, you still get a lot of light right here on the side, which I personally really like. And talk about storage, all the way along the top, you have your Technoform cabinets. You have the modern Miami cabinetry, absolutely gorgeous. And you can see that you have plenty of storage across the top. You'll also see the AC, so that if you need to be nice and cool, that will allow you to do so by either running the generator, the reliable system, which is 460 amp hour lithium option that you can get. You can use that system in conjunction with your souped up alternator, be able to actually run that AC. And then on those windows, you'll see they also have roller shades. I love these. I like the fact that they're actually a beige and not a black. So that way during the day when you close them off, it doesn't seem super dark inside, right? Or at night, maybe you want some privacy. I like the fact it's just a little bit lighter. Now, another big piece is going to be eating, right? So you have a table right here. You can see the pedestal. So it's nice and easy to set that up. If you want to have a meal here or play a game, you still have the capability to do that. And of course, you have a ton of seating. Also, almost forgot to mention, these do pop up. So if you want to do some light reading at night, right? Or maybe watch TV, because you have a TV here that can fold out. These do lift up, and you have a little system where it can sit up just like that, and that is adjustable. Also underneath the beds, you have the Froley leaf spring system. And this does a couple things for you. One, it just makes the bed a lot more comfortable, kind of like a box spring would, but two, it helps get some air underneath the mattress. A lot of people don't know this, but if you don't have anything separating your wood from your bed, a lot of times you'll start to get mold growth and other things in there just from the heat from your body. So having that airflow underneath there is going to be quite important. And we talked about the TV. That's where this is where the TV is located. Again, that just swings out and around, so you're able to watch it right from bed. As we move into the kitchen, you'll see the solid surface countertops, which you kind of come to expect in most Class Bs, and they didn't skimp here, which I like, which is great, again, especially for the price point of the sequence. I like that they're making sure they're paying attention to the higher end amenities. Undermount stainless steel bowl. It's a Class B, so it's a little bit smaller sink, but it's kind of what we've come to expect. And I do like having a square rather than a circular bowl that we have in some other Class Bs. And then recessed cooktop, 2-burner cooktop right there. When that is closed, you can see you do have sufficient prep space in here, which is great. This is a wireless charger on top, but you can pull that up, and you can see you have your outlets as well as a USB port and USB-C all built right in there. Again, another big window here on the kitchen. And a big part of that is because this is built on the ProMaster 3500 XT chassis, and that is a window van chassis rather than windowless, which is a pretty big difference when we're talking about the Class B world, because it comes with those automotive windows. When we drop down underneath, you can see the microwave right there. This one is going to be a convection microwave oven. So I'll open that up for you just so you can, well, it's kind of a mess in there. But if you need to do any kind of baking, right, the convection will take care of that for you. Good storage right down underneath here. And you have good cold storage as well with the Nova Cool refrigerator. Right up above the door is some of your control panels. So you'll see this one comes with the Truma system. Now that is going to be kind of double duty. It will work as your furnace as well as the water heater. And this one does have the reliable option on there, that 460 amp hour lithium battery bank I was talking about. So your monitors will be right next to that Truma system. The rest of your controls will actually be located right over here on the BM Pro. It is just one unit here, and it is all touchscreen. So you can go see from the home. You can basically operate the majority of things here, from lights, climate control, kind of jump around, water pump, basically everything that you're going to need, as well as, again, your propane and the batteries there. So when it comes to controls, everything is going to be nice and easy. And the one other thing I do want to point out is this right here. When I talked about the back, right, you may not be able to open up the back and kind of have that part open, but you do still get the screen here on the side. So if you want to open up this door, open up the screen, open up some of these windows, you'll still get a really nice breeze through this coach. Now, for a lot of people, a big part of the Class B or the van lifestyle, right, is being able to work on the road. And so here with the sequence, they have thought of that, and what they give you is this little post, and I personally really like this. So when you flip this over, you get this workstation that comes out and drops down. Of course, we're in a Class B, so the seats do swivel around. So the passenger can swivel. They'll be able to have a work right here, and you have electrical outlets right down below, both in the form of 120 as well as your 12-volt USB ports. So you have some options for your equipment based upon what you're using. But I really like that. I think it is quite handy, and it really helps fully utilize all the space, when you are parked. The last thing I do want to hit on before we hit the cab, I just want to point out, if you don't want to run the AC, there is your vent fan right here, and that'll do, again, a great job. If you open up a few windows, you will really start to feel that airflow come through. Let's hit the cab real quick. You'll see the storage up top as well as the LED light right here. I personally really like this. It's a touch that not a lot of manufacturers do, and a lot of times your cab is just so dark. And we talk about fully utilizing that space. When it's dark, it just is kind of uncomfortable. So I like having the light. You can flip it around, kind of lights everything up here. As far as the dash and everything itself, again, as I mentioned, this is the ProMaster 3500 XT chassis. You can see the controls right there on the steering wheel for Bluetooth, as well as some of your cruise. You, of course, on the side panel will be your electric and auto mirrors, as well as your window control. And then you can see your cup holders right down below. But again, inside it's absolutely gorgeous, but this one definitely has some cool outside features as well, like some of the Thule racks. So let's go check them out. So For those of you that are familiar with some outdoor recreational sports like skiing, mountain biking, kayaking, you're probably familiar with the Thule name. So you can see that they have gone with name brand products, which I certainly appreciate. So starting off right back here, of course, is your bike rack. The only thing I want to say about this, and that's because it's caught me a few times, is when you go to shut the back doors, just be cognizant that this hangs over the door. I've closed this a few times and had it smack me in the side of the head. I promise you it does not feel good. So I would just recommend grabbing the bike rack and cleaning it with that itself. But again, that's just one of the Thule products they have. I talked a little bit earlier about the ladder. So this is that ladder system, and again, you will take this bar. This bar is magnetic. You will just set it kind of on the top of the coach, and then you will use these straps with that in conjunction with that ladder to be able to climb up on the roof. And that's going to be important for a couple different reasons. One of the big ones, though, is the fact you have a Thule roof rack up there. So again, if you want to, bring along some extra skis or another big tote up there, you have the capability to do that with this sequence. So, they're really trying to kind of aim toward the outdoor enthusiasts, and I think they have done a great job. If you take a look underneath, you will see that you also have a 2-inch receiver there. Actually, might be 1 1/4 inch, I'm sorry. But regardless, it is 300 pounds. So again, if you have some auxiliary thing that you want to be able to plug in or slide in there, you have the capability to do that. Or if you have like a boat, there is a 4-pin plug there too, so you can tow a boat or something else behind it. As we come around to the camp side, you'll see that you have electrical outlet right here, propane quick connect right down underneath, and then you have the connections for your awning arms. Now, it is a Thule awning as well. You can see that it is a horizontal awning. Horizontal arms, right? All awnings, I suppose, are going to be horizontal. But the arms are as well. But it does have arms that fold down for extra support so that, if it's a little bit windy, you're definitely going to want to use those. You can see, again, the windows on here, right? If it's not a window van, this whole thing will just be painted. But you can see here that it is an actual window all the way across. I'll kind of show that. So that's, as I talk about that window, that is a big difference. All right, folks, so again, this is the 2023 Thor Sequence 20L. It's an awesome floor plan. You have the twin bunks that can convert into the king. You have the large rear bath with a 13-gallon black tank. You have Thule accessories everywhere on this thing. Gorgeous kitchen with solid surface countertops. Go to rv.campingworld.com, head into your local Camping World, and check one out today.